Okay, you've got some more Wraith in 2v8 mode. I think a big problem with queue times in this mode is the fact that you can only pick between 5 killers, and a lot of the popular killers like Huntress and Wraith are being selected, and therefore it's making queue times. I don't think it's a lack of survivor players. I think it's a lack of killer variety. Many people are choosing the strongest killers in this mode, which are Wraith and Huntress. And unfortunately, it doesn't let you play 2 of the same killer in a match, so it's going to be, queue times are going to be delayed, trying to find a killer player who's not using the same killer you are when you choose one of the most more popular killers in this mode. I got matched up with a Trapper. I think Trapper is very weak in this mode. He just takes way too long to set up. He should start with all of his traps at the very least. I've also played a few Nurse games in this mode. I think Nurse, surprisingly, is a very weak killer in this mode. Just the fact that she has a very slow base movement speed, and she can't, since the map is so big, she can't traverse it as easily as Billy or Wraith can. She does ignore pallets and windows, but if you're going against good survivors, they'll know that, obviously. That was a very bad trap placement there. That didn't help me at all. That's another reason why Trapper is a very weak killer. If you can't place traps in correctly in certain areas, they're not going to help. And it's a good thing she forgot that was there. But yeah, I played Nurse a few times. She's not a good killer in this one. The map is just too large. She can't get around it very fast, even with her blinks. So I'm hoping when they bring this mode back, they say they're going to, and when they do bring it back, they just include all the killers. There's no point in having it to where you can only play 5 killers. I think once they open it up to all the killers, queue times will be a lot better. You won't have to wait as long. And this match is looking like a loss. This is what happens when you have efficient survivors and you have 8 of them to try to get out of the match. And unfortunately, my teammate picked one of the weaker killers in this mode. So yeah, we got only 3 gens left and no one is dead. I mean, if you let... Okay. You actually put that in a good spot. Yeah, if you let up on survivors even the slightest, you're going to pay for it. So you need to be pressuring at all times. I think this Yui is dead. If I can get her. Yeah, she's gone. So I saw a recent video from a content creator on YouTube called Greyletters. If you want to check his his page out, and he was talking about how pretty much DVD, for the most part, has become... The developers have been giving survivors more and more buffs and handouts recently, ever since they introduced the perk made for this. He very concise and very succinctly summarizes the way I feel about where the direction of this game is headed. And if you're curious to watch someone else who I would agree with in terms of survivor buffs versus killer buffs, because basically everything he said in that video I am in complete agreement. Complete agreement with him. It's sad because you're going to teabag and then do that. Yeah, I'll just look at you and look at your pathetic ass laying on the ground. So yeah, if you want to yeah, I knew they would finish them all. If you want to see another content creator on YouTube who shares my thoughts on where this game is headed, feel free to check that video out. I just recently watched it, and yeah, I find myself in complete agreement with everything he said, and it's very unfortunate, because the fact that they're now even extending the hook timer when survivors are hooked. They don't even leave hook timers alone now. It's like they give them endurance and a speed boost after getting unhooked. What's with all the teabagging today? They give them endurance and a speed bonus when they get unhooked. Then they go and give them an extra 10 seconds on hook. I mean, what's next? Honestly, I'm losing track of all these handouts they're giving survivors in this game, and it's unfortunate because it doesn't want to make me play the base game anymore. As I've said in previous video, as soon as this mode goes, I will be taking a prolonged break from Dead by Daylight. The Castlevania chapter does not interest me at all. And the fact that it's back to the same old 1v4 crap, that's just not fun. It's not a rewarding experience. It's really no point. Unless they make some major changes to this game. Give killers something. This new chapter that's coming, they've buffed a whole bunch of survivor perks. Not one killer perk is getting buffed. Not one. But they're buffing a whole bunch of survivor perks that are used to bully killers. So it's pretty obvious where they're going with this game. So go check his video out, because it pretty much encapsulates everything I've been saying, and pretty much every way I feel the video game is going, and it's not in a good direction.